Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Halloween Cup for the Great League, and let's try to get some wins. So we're going to be using the team featuring with the Toxapex and the Malamar with the Greninja in the back. Our opponent here switches out into the Quillfish. We're going to go into our Malamar here. Unfortunately, don't really have a great answer to the Quillfish here. They go for the Dark Pulse. We can tank that. They actually have 2 Dark Pulses. We're going to have to fire off. Oh, they actually have a Dark Pulse and Aqua Tail, okay. So we're going to fire off this Hyper Beam here. It does get shielded, and unfortunately, we are unable to flip the switch right there. We're going to come back in with our Toxapex. Toxapex is going to try to get a lot of energy towards this Quillfish. We CAP tie here. They're going to go for a Dark Pulse again. This Brian here might take it out, I'm not sure. Okay, there you go. It takes it out. We see the Clocksire, and then we're going to switch out into the Greninja. They're going to throw a move. It ends up being the Sludge Bomb. We can tank that. Our opponent does switch back in. They revealed the Greninja again, and we're going to have to shield here. At this point, we have to try to get a ton of energy on the Toxapex or take out this Greninja now. So we do take out the Greninja. We're going to see this Clocksire come back in. It does shield a Night Slash. We force out some energy here. Ends up being another Sludge Bomb. And now we have to... unfortunately, this Brian here will not KO. They're going to be able to get to Earthquake here for the KO. So GG's to our opponent. Unable to win that game. The Quillfish was kind of problematic. Able to kind of CAP time and break up our core. All right, next game. We got the Toxapex versus the Greninja again. Okay. Similar situation, but this time it's the Drapion. We're going to use our Greninja here. And we do see they go for the Crunch. So Crunch is not going to be effective. We're going to fire off a Hydro Cannon here. It does get shielded. We're going to overfarm. Our opponent does throw on good timing. So we're going to shield here. Ends up being the Aqua Tail. We're going to be able to fire off a Hydro Cannon here. This is going to get the KO, or it's going to grab that, or it's going to get a low. We're going to have to shield here if we want to try to flip the switch, so we decide to shield it up. They are switched out again. We're going to fire off a Hydro Cannon to chip away at the Greninja. And then we're going to come back in here with the Toxapex. This should be in farm down range now. The Night Slash does get used. It only does, 10% of the Toxapex health. They go for another Night Slash. They switch back out into the Clocksire. We're going to have a Brine for this. We need to be able to switch out of here. Our opponent here is going to build up a ton of energy. We're going to try to catch a move. We do catch an Earthquake onto the Greninja, and that's really, really good. Let's see if we can come back here with the Malamar. Malamar is going to have to tank a move. Let's see if they throw the... Okay, they actually throw the Sludge Bomb. We can tank that. We're going to fire off a Foul Play here and grab that last shield. We're going to force our opponent to use some energy here. Ends up being the Hydro. And now we have to farm down. So we do get the huge farm down. And now we have to try to race to 2 Brines to take out this Clocksire. Our opponent here is going to be able to tank the first one, but the second one they are not. And now we're going to be able to farm down with our Toxapex. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Toxapex at the end, taking out the Clocksire, taking out the Drapion. All right, let's see what we have next here. So the core is kind of interesting. We got the Toxapex with the Malamar. The Malamar obviously doesn't want to see a Azumarill, so this is a great situation. And then they switch out into the Golurk. We're going to go into our Greninja here to match them. We should be able to outpace. We get that first shield. However, you can see their fast move are chunking away at us. So we're going to allow them to throw the move so that we can sneak in a move as well. So now we're going to be able to throw this Night Slash and force the second shield or get the KO. They're going to come back in here with the Azumarill, and that's great news for us because even though they're going to be able to farm us down, we are going to have this Toxapex, and now we see the Clocksire matched up against our Malamar. We know that we can take a move, so we're going to be able to fire off this Foul Play right here. The fast move pressure is adding up already into the yellow. Earthquake does get revealed. We can tank that easily. We're going to have to throw another move. Ends up being the foul play. This is going to get the shield or it's going to get the KO. Our opponent here is forced to use some energy. This is going to be the Sludge Bomb to check us out. So now we know they have Sludge Bomb and Earthquake. So there's no need for us to throw energy there. We need to basically... they actually have the Hydro Pump Azumarill. So basically we need to throw this Sludge Wave here. It will not KO and we need to farm down and come out with energy. And we're very close to the brine. This is going to be the Earthquake, but since we are above 50% health, we are easily going to survive that because we were still in the green. This is going to allow us to get to this brine for the KO. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game. The Toxapex coming in clutch, storing up so much energy and taking out the Azumarill. All right, next we got the Toxapex versus the Golurk. Terrible situation. We're going to switch out into the Greninja. Looks like the Wigglytuff was lurking in the back. At least we baited out here. Hydro Cannon does get used. Trying to get to another Hydro. Nope, they are able to farm us down. But this leaves our Toxapex to come back in to farm it down. Icy Wind does get revealed, so they're not running Swift. We actually are going to allow them to throw a bunch of more energy because we want the switch timer to come back up. We're going to throw this Brine here. It does grab that shield anyways, and we're going to switch out into the Malamar. Malamar versus the Weezing here is going to be a tough situation. They fire off a move. Buddha Swing does get used. Our opponent here has to make a call. Are they going to shield or let this go? Hyper Beam, down goes the Weezing, and now it's a race to the move. Ooh, our opponent does throw a good timing. We're going to try to get to this foul play here. They did have two, so well played by them. But we're going to come back in here with the Toxapex. Will we be able to get to two? Nope. Unfortunately, unable to. This Shadow Golurk was able to line up correctly and just have a strong hold onto the situation. That was close. Unfortunately, they did stack two Shadow Punches before our Malamar can get to the second foul play. All right, next game, let's see who do we face. Also, we have the, I forgot to mention this, we do have the Hyper Beam Malamar for the nuke. And that's basically our surprise attack if you're in like a bad situation, especially against like the Azumarills. All right, our opponent here switches out into the Jellicent. We are going to match them with this Greninja. We are going to be able to outpace quite easily as long as we throw in good timing. Here comes another Night Slash. It does take out the Jellicent. They come back in here with the the Carbink, but this Greninja is also pretty decent against this Carbink. We're going to fire off a Hydro Cannon. They catch it onto their own Greninja, which is fine with us because it does deal a decent amount of damage still. Opponent does throw the Hydro. We are going to be able to tank it. We're going to fire off a foul play here. This is going to grab the shield because they don't want the Toxapex to get a ton of energy. They throw the Night Slash. They get the boost though. So now we have to worry about boosted Night Slashes. So we're going to shield the first one here, look for the farm down, and they realized that they were going to get farm down, so they had to switch out of there. But this is also a great situation for the Toxapex because you can see we are resisting and we are probably going to let this go. Yep, there it is. Rock Slide and GG's to our opponent right there. All right, check out this team if you haven't already and let us know if you enjoyed the video.